Imagine, it is the year 4000. The once beautiful planet Earth has been destroyed by a giant asteroid. We're now living on the red planet of Mars with Elon Musk. We are gathered here today with a group of scientists and researchers to witness the discovery of ancient artifacts dating back to humans who lived on Earth hundreds of years ago. These artifacts are the remains of a once great human civilization, and these artifacts will tell us their stories and their secrets. We found their social media posts. And you see, our scientists and researchers have concluded that these ancient humans had so many digital friends, yet felt so lonely and isolated. They perfected the skills of show and tell, but forgot about the art of living. They kept scrolling until, wait, hold on. I'm not here to talk about the end of the world. It's a little too early for that. And I'm not here to convince you to quit social media either. It's a little too late for that. But it is about time we take a serious look at how social media is affecting our perception of reality and ultimately changing our life experience as individuals, but also as a society. I'm going to discuss those ways, but I'm going to also offer you some hacks to apply to your own social media habits to take back full control of your life experience. But let's establish one thing first. What is the purpose of all social media? You see, social media is a business. And just like any other business, the end goal is to make money and nothing more. And unless you are making money directly or indirectly off of social media, you're selling your life experience for free on a daily basis to a handful of social media companies. Where is the logic in that business equation? Well, there is no logic in that. In fact, in the world of media production, we know that the way that we portray the world through the lens of the media is at odds sometimes with the logic of reality. And that on social media specifically, sometimes we downsize life experiences into a picture, a tweet, or a post to present that to audience members in one scroll. The problem is we're beginning to view the world and to interact with it through that downsizing of reality. Try booking your next travel destination. You will get hundreds of articles suggesting the most Instagrammable places to visit around the world. Try visiting a top-rated restaurant. You'll find that they've perfected the visuals of their food and their interior so that it becomes worthy of sharing on social media. But life has so much more to offer outside of that downsizing of reality. And I invite you to start applying the 30-minute rule into your life. You see, the two most important parts of our day are the first 30 minutes when you wake up and the last 30 minutes before bedtime. These two critical times directly affect your perception of the world, but also your mood. So eliminate all forms of social media activity from these two critical times. In addition to that, the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology recommends limiting all of your social media activity, including scrolling, to no more than 30 minutes a day. And when we apply that, research has shown that we will begin to see significant improvement in our overall well-being. And we can also begin to take off the lens of social media, put back on the lens of reality that has so much more to offer. Because you see, life has become a constant attempt to fit experiences, like this one, into the picture-perfect frame. Smile. But a life lived through that lens becomes one-dimensional and lacks opportunity. Speaking of opportunity, many people say that social media gives us the opportunity to learn about new experiences and things we can never come across in a single lifetime. But I have to counter-argue that, because the driving force behind all of your online experiences is algorithm. An algorithm is only showing you the things you previously looked at, clicked on, and interacted with. So where's the opportunity in that? In life, some of our most inspirational and beautiful moments are found by complete coincidence. An algorithm is beginning to erase the magic of serendipity from our lives. Not only that, what's worse, it's creating dangerously polarized societies, and it's dividing us politically. The study of media bias shows that people only click on content online that reaffirms what they already believe in. Add on top of that the algorithm, which is showing us more of the things we previously looked at, we're ultimately putting ourselves in biased bubbles. But we can break free of that bubble, but we have to put in conscious effort to follow opposing news sources and to click on things and content on our social media feed that are outside of our usual interests. And maybe then, only then, can we begin to learn something new about the world around us. Speaking of the world, what about the rest of the world? It is said that social media is turning the world into a global village, and it's bringing down the barriers between communities, countries, and nations. Well, there's more to the idea of a global village than what we know. And in the 1960s, Canadian philosopher and media theorist Marshall McLuhan analyzed how television was creating a global village. He said, "A global village is a world where everybody has extreme concern in everybody else's business." Now, you see, that concern is not always a bad thing. If you're watching the news, reading a newspaper, because you're concerned about maybe a pandemic or a war that might be headed our way. But social media is reinforcing a culture of making us care about what is happening in other people's lives and wanting to show what is happening in our own lives. And it's allowing us to feed off of that concern by letting us have not hundreds of friends, but thousands of friends. And that's just physically impossible, isn't it? So the solution is to start assessing your digital friends just as wisely as the people you surround yourself with every day. And if it's not somebody you're interacting with regularly, then maybe they shouldn't be on your friend list or on your radar. But can we really just blame all of this on social media alone? No, because you see, social media does show us something about our own behavior. And only we know what we need to change about our behavior. And it's not just about what you're posting or sharing, but how you're using social media when nobody is looking. But something also needs to change about the social media business model. Because as of now, it's not creating a better world, is it? And I do have a message to the handful of social media companies that control all of our online communication. Your one-size-fits-all business model of what a life experience should look like fits a little too tight for my idea of an expansive and adventurous life. So before I leave you today, let's quickly go back to Mars. They say that history is being written and told through the eyes of the historians. Not in this day and age. History is being written and told by everyday people like you and me. And it's being recorded. We are recording it through the lens of social media. So knowing that, what are you waiting for? Start rewriting your own story for the ages. And together, let's start rewriting the story of our generation. Thank you. Thank you.